Hello everyone, and welcome to the comment section. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the comments you guys have left on past videos of mine, asking questions or giving me some extra details to explore across multiple different titles that I've had on my channel. This video is sort of to commemorate 20,000 subscribers, a goal that I never thought I was going to get to, and genuinely thank you guys so much for all the support. I can't believe we've made it this far, but making videos has become something that I absolutely love to do, and I can't wait to continue on into the future. So I'm sure there'll be more of these types of videos if you guys end up enjoying it, so let me know down in the comment section, but without further ado, the first one we're going to take a look at is from Superman60201, and he said, "Isn't that woman at the beginning the mysterious figure model found below the map in No Russian?" Well, first of all, who's the woman at the beginning that he's talking about? This was commented on the Battle of Paris. And in that video, I showed the little clip that's in Modern Warfare 3 of the Davis family vacation, where this woman is with her husband and child right before gas attacks happen across Europe. So that right there is the woman in question.
Remember, no Russian.
Right here underneath the very beginning of No Russian, there's two things that we found. One was this little secret room, which is pretty cool in its own. It has a Space Invaders logo on the ground. But this comment is talking about this character model right here under the map, which is very clearly a headless woman, and I'm not sure at all why it's here, to be honest with you. A lot of times, headless character models are the ones that you play as in first-person shooters, but I don't see why you would play as some random woman here at the airport, unless that was the original plot line, maybe? I don't know. But we can take a screenshot of this headless woman and compare it right next to the woman from the Davis family vacation, and there's some very interesting similarities. I mean, first of all, the belt that she's wearing is exactly the same, kind of crazy. But there are some differences as well, like the shirt is definitely different. In Modern Warfare 2, it's a button-down collared shirt here, while here in Modern Warfare 3, the Davis family vacation, it's like some kind of sweater. But if we zoom in real close to her hands, for instance, I'm pretty sure she's wearing the same exact watch that the model is wearing in Modern Warfare 2, and she has the same nail polish. And that combined with the fact that the belt is even at this same exact angle, I'm pretty sure this is probably the same model, or at least partially. There's been some changes since Modern Warfare 2, but it's clear at the very least that this model that's hidden under No Russian was used to make this model for the Davis family vacation. Now, story-wise, I suppose this could have some implications. Perhaps the lady from the Davis family vacation was here at No Russian. This was their first family vacation, and I guess things did not go so well for them. And that would be a pretty interesting addition to the story, although also it could very well be the case that this is just a reused asset. Or, I suppose, an unused reused asset, because this isn't actually used here in Modern Warfare 2, other than just floating outside the map. But either way, it's really cool to see the similarities here, and you can certainly get a peek into how assets are shared between games. For our next one, since we're kind of on the topic of comparing Modern Warfare 2 with Modern Warfare 3, there's another really cool one that I want to check out that multiple of you guys have mentioned in the comments, and that's the sub-interior from the Battle of New York. A lot of you people pointed out that this interior looks a lot like the sub-interior that we saw in Contingency, or I guess didn't see because you're not supposed to get there without no-clip. But heading on over into the mission Contingency and using a little bit of no-clip to fly on over to the sub, if we go down through the hole that Captain Price normally goes down, we can see that there is an interior here. And what's really cool about it as well is you can walk around it. You can check it all out, see the entire area, and it's pretty extensive. Here in Modern Warfare 2, it's essentially just surrounded by some steel walls. You can see it's basically a little box here underneath the submarine, or at least like the top half of the submarine that you get to see. And there's also a missile in here. I wonder what that's used for. And it seems to be comprised of two different sections. There's this one section with these big red pillars. I'm not exactly sure what they are. I don't know much about submarines, to be honest with you guys. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments, but there's this room. Well, I guess two of the rooms, I suppose, right? And then there's the bridge, right? This area where in Modern Warfare 3, you breach, you get the key from the person operating the sub, and you enter it into a panel right here. Here in Modern Warfare 3, it appears the railings are completely gone, although it is insane how similar this area looks. It has this same center area, although it certainly has had some changes since Modern Warfare 2. And details such as the computer systems here have changed significantly as well. There's no area where you can put the key in, and things like the keyboards and all of the displays, well, they've updated them quite a bit for Modern Warfare 3. And here in Modern Warfare 2, if you look at the keyboards even, there's a actual, like, normal keyboard on top of the other Russian keyboard here. Kind of strange. And I would say another thing to point out is just the color of this room feels so much different here in Modern Warfare 2. It's a little bit more cartoony, I suppose. You're not supposed to be down here, so perhaps the developers just didn't flush out the lighting yet. But it doesn't feel nearly as good as it did in Modern Warfare 3. As for the other areas, it does seem Modern Warfare 2 has them relatively well modeled, although they're a little bit different too. I mean, for one, it's much darker in Modern Warfare 3, and of course, it's much more detailed. There's things actually on the walls, for instance, and there's doors connecting the two sections of the boat here, which aren't present in Modern Warfare 2. But even though there is barely any detail here in Modern Warfare 2, these panels right here are shared between the two versions. So there's that. And not to mention the general layout, like these staircases and even the doors up top. They're there as well in Modern Warfare 3. So I will say this definitely seems like another instance of a reused asset, or I suppose a reused, unused asset, because here in Modern Warfare 2, of course, you're never supposed to see this. So they took it and made it into an actual mission for Modern Warfare 3, and I think that's absolutely awesome. Now, of course, if I go ahead and use a little bit of no-clip, go through this wall here, there is no beginning section to the boat here. That was custom made, it seems like, for Modern Warfare 3, and as you can see here in Modern Warfare 2, the ladder that Captain Price goes down is actually connected directly to the bridge. While obviously this is not the case in Modern Warfare 3, that would have made clearing the sub a little bit boring, wouldn't it? Now, for this next one, we're going to have to take a look at No Russian once again, because multiple of you guys in the comments section told me that the dead Russian on Exodus is no one else but Viktor, one of the gunmen from No Russian. And by the way, I'm sorry if I don't get everyone who commented it in the video. It could be the case that there's a couple that slipped by when I went in and collected them. But I suppose let's go ahead and hop into the game and see if this is the case. So hopping on into Exodus here, we can go ahead and fly on over to the end of the mission. So if we go ahead and just take a screenshot of this dead man here, and then, of course, we can go on over to No Russian, load on in, and looking at our cast here, you guys said that it was Viktor. It seems that at least immediately off the general clothes that they're wearing, that Lev is a closer fit. The guy in the end of Exodus is wearing like a tan undergarment beneath his armored vest. But if we get up close and personal with Viktor, we can see that he has this big old star here on his neck, which if we compare that to the screenshot here in Exodus, yeah, that's definitely Viktor. You can see right here where my cursor is that main big star. That's right here on the smaller picture. And then you also have these three smaller stars next to the bigger one, which can definitely be seen here on Exodus. So that man who killed whoever Raptor is, whether it's the President of the United States or someone else entirely, and I saw multiple different theories there in the comment section, no matter who it is that he killed, it definitely was Viktor that did it. And also, I suppose, Makarov, right? The one who put him onto it. That is a really cool detail that I don't think I would have ever noticed if not for you guys, so thank you for pointing it out to me. Now, this is one that I am super excited to check out. I had multiple of you guys comment down below in Outside the Russian Invasion video that the area where the Burger Town is, the Nate's restaurant is based off an actual real location. And in the video, I kind of guessed that this was the case because it looked like there was a Google Maps like sheet texture underneath everything. So it would make sense that the map was based off of a real area. And although the mission takes place in Northeast Virginia, apparently the area that it's based off of is actually in Vancouver, Washington. Specifically, the plaza at the intersection Northeast Thurston Way and Northeast Vancouver Plaza Drive. So let's go to Google Maps. Well, here is Northeast Vancouver Plaza Drive and Northeast Thurston Way. And yeah, just from above here, it's already starting to line up a bit. So I guess let's go ahead and drag our little man, put him on down. Oh my god. So where the Nate's restaurant usually is actually a Hooligans, I guess, currently. Which I have no idea what that is, but it's right there. And where the Taco To Go is actually a Taco Bell, which is very fitting. And then lastly, of course, the Burger Town is actually a Burgerville. Which I will say, looking at the menus of Burger Town, it definitely looks like Burger King. But then I guess trying to imitate Burger King is much more recognizable to the average person than some place called Burgerville. But that's crazy. So the bank area as well, which is over here, does have a building, although it definitely doesn't seem like it's a bank. Yeah, let's go on down the road here, take a couple steps. It's a discount tire shop. It's also very possible that this could have been a bank at the time when the game was made, and now it's a discount tire shop. Right, these shops could have definitely changed in the past 10 years. I mean, it's been quite a bit. Which, actually, can't we, change the date? Is there different dates here? 2015 is the oldest one we have, which if we take a look at this from 2015, well, a lot seems to have changed. And all of the buildings are pretty much non-existent in this plaza. The discount tire, believe it or not, America's Tire, still exists. It's still there. This one building here, which, not sure what that is. But whatever it is, it looks like it has gone out of business. And if we go to 2007, so here is right before Modern Warfare 2 came out, just a couple years. First of all, the camera quality is horrible on these Google cars, but it looks like that building that went down was actually at TGI Fridays, as you can see here by the awnings, which sort of confirms my thoughts that Nate's restaurant was a TGI Fridays, so there we go, there's that. Okay, so it might have mispositioned me when I changed to 2007, because now standing here, it makes a lot more sense what they were modeling this off of. Right, Nate's restaurant right here where the TGI Fridays is, and they even put a sign in the game right where the TGI Fridays sign is. That's where the sign for the plaza is in Modern Warfare 2. So that's really cool to see. And Taco Bell, it's still back there, even though it's extremely low poly for us and we can't get closer to it. It's there. That is so cool. So I guess the only thing that wasn't there was the bank. Although I suppose they kind of took this discount tire shop and made it into the bank, right? And perhaps, I guess, kind of took it and brought it a bit closer as well, because I don't think in-game the parking lot space is this large. And then boom, back to 2014, better pixel quality. We can see TGI Fridays didn't do too good in Vancouver, Washington, did it? But Taco Bell and this Burgerville place, still going strong. That is awesome. That was amazing. All right, this absolutely blows my mind, so I'm going to take a sip of the coffee. Because, of course, I have my coffee with me here this morning. I hope wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this, you're enjoying yourself, because I am absolutely loving it. This is a really cool kind of video to do for me, just checking out some stuff that I wouldn't have normally looked at, and making it into a video for you guys to be able to see as well, because I don't think otherwise I'd be able to fit this into a video, because they're so... I mean, the concepts are pretty detached. But nevertheless, some of these are really cool, and I think it's worth putting out there. But since this is the coffee section, I suppose, of the video, perhaps we should talk about that and address these comments as well, because a lot of you guys keep commenting about the coffee section. And perhaps I should explain its origins for those people who haven't been around for a long time. So if you go back quite a while on my channel, back before the series Outside ever existed, you'll see that I posted a lot of custom zombies videos. And these were pretty easy videos to put out for me at the time, because all I did was I woke up in the morning, played a match of custom zombies, recorded it, edited it in like 10 seconds, because I didn't edit the videos back then. I just cut off the beginning, cut off the end, and then uploaded it to YouTube. So I was able to turn around a custom zombies video in a very short amount of time, which is quite a bit different than how I do videos nowadays, of course. But it was just doing something that I enjoyed a lot. I wanted to play custom zombies. It's something that I didn't get to play before because I was a console player. But when I got my PC, of course, that's one of the big things that I wanted to do. And you'll see that even on my channel is the very first time I ever played custom zombies. And like I said, whenever I played custom zombies back in the day, it was always in the morning, actually, usually before class while I was in grad school. So, of course, while I was playing, I had my coffee with me, and I wanted to drink it before getting to class, so I was awake. So a lot of times during that custom zombies experience while playing, I would stop to take a sip of the coffee. And thus, the That Was Awesome segment was born, taking a sip of the coffee. And I will say, looking at custom zombies as well, it really makes me want to go back and play more of it. I haven't in a while, actually. So give it some love down in the comment section if you'd like to see some custom zombies videos of me playing sometime in the near future. And I do know there has been quite a few of you guys who have been asking for it already, so, you know, maybe it'll happen soon. From our next comment to look at, it's about Of Their Own Accord, or the Battle of Washington, D.C., where very early on in that video, we took a look outside the map, inside, where there was a dead soldier on the ground next to a chair and a pool of blood. And there was a pretty decent-sized handful of you guys that commented down below, saying you think that soldier is Russian, while in the video, of course, I said it was an American. That was probably defending this murder hole here and the entrance, I suppose, to this bunker. But a lot of you guys thought it was a Russian soldier, which, if we get close and we look at this fella, that is definitely not the case. I hate to tell you, this is not a Russian. I see why you guys thought that, though. The blood kind of makes it look like that same urban camo from Modern Warfare 2 that the Russians have, that red and black colored multicam. But just looking at some of the equipment and, of course, the color of his camo, which is digital, it's no different than the other American soldiers. We do have a few more, though, from Of Their Own Accord, and for our next one, the real Maxilus asked me, I'd like to know what happens to the seals that you leave at the top of the building in the first part of the mission. Could you add a small amendment to your video with a short thank you? And of course I said I'll look into it. This was a month ago. I think it's about time that I look into it. Now in Of Their Own Accord, there's a bit of a side story going on that is very easy to miss if you're not paying attention. And that's about this SEAL team that this commenter is talking about. While you're moving up towards the target building at the start of the mission, you can see that there is a SEAL team that's deployed by helicopter that lands at the top of the building and secures, supposedly, I suppose, the roof. At this beginning portion, they go down and enter in some rooms that you don't actually go into. This is simply just one of those, like, facade rooms, I suppose. There's nothing in here, there's no modeling. It's just used for depth. They go inside these rooms, and then they instantaneously despawn. And you can even see that at the top, their ropes are just sitting there on the roof, and those as well despawn just a few moments later. So that's what happens to them at the beginning. That's their, like, infill, I suppose. But during this mission, of course, you fight through the Department of Commerce. You make it all the way to the roof of the building, you empty out a hornet's nest, and then eventually you take a helicopter ride from the roof. Now, as for the story of what happened to this SEAL team, I'm not entirely sure. The bodies that are scattered around are definitely Rangers. They're not SEALs. They look like us, right? So I don't think this is supposed to be them, but then again, the character models used for the SEAL team were also the same Ranger models that we're playing as. So it could be the case that some of those guys that came in here ended up dying. I mean, that would kind of make sense considering how many enemies are still here when we get to the 5th floor. But after successfully clearing and using the enemy crow's nest, you make your way to the roof. And of course, who is waiting there for you at the roof? That SEAL team that originally came on in. So it's definitely the case that at least some of them survived. And in fact, quite a few of them seem to have left on a helicopter right before you get there. But of course, there are a few of them left behind when you get on yours.
Lord, we've linked up with the SEALs on the rooftop and are heading out. Interrogative.
And in fact, they shoot down a helicopter as you take off. Now, using a bit of no-clip, we can't really get a good view, but you could definitely tell right there beforehand, a bunch of enemies came to the rooftop. And the last, like, 2 guys that were there, I imagine they didn't make it.
And that is it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like down below. It helps me out a ton. And of course, make sure you're subscribed so you can come back for more. I would love to make more videos like this, so let me know if you enjoyed it. And of course, as always, if you want to watch more of my content, you can click one of the videos on your screen right now. But if not, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay awesome, and peace out.